Yeah, we just got logged off from the last live for some reason. So I've restarted the live. Am I audible, visible, both? Sort of, now that you are there, am I visible and audible, both of them? Because I can see myself. That's why. Could you please confirm? Yes, okay, all right, okay. Thank you. All right. I think some technical glitch was there, because of which suddenly that live stopped. So I had to restart the live again. So we'll just give one more minute, because there are a couple of more audiences who were got logged out from that live. Just we'll wait for one more minute and then we shall start. Thank you, Devotiti and Saurav, for joining back. So Saurav, could you share the new link in the group, because this, I guess the link has changed by now, and if they are trying to log into the old link, they will not be able to see anything. Maybe you can try and do that. Huh? Somebody's messaging from our page only. Shrestha, I guess that is. So I think, yeah, we shall start, and whoever has to join will eventually join. Thank you, Saurav, for sharing. So we will start with the first episode of I Dream, as the poster suggested, that it is Dreamy December, and the reason is that it was a very this topic was requested for last about 3 months. I know in the 3 open house sessions, people have stated that why don't you do sessions on dream interpretation. So it is not possible to interpret all kinds of dreams at one go. But we have chosen, or I have chosen rather, 8 such topics or 8 such specific dreams, which usually people, which is common with most of the people, right? So keeping that in mind, today is the first episode of I Dream, and episode 1 will be on falling, dreams of falling. So now dreams of falling is a common dream across the globe, and it is, before even I start telling you what can the dream of falling mean, it is important to understand that there is a difference between dreams of falling and you feeling while sleeping that you are about to fall. There are difference in that. While you are in the dream, you will not be able to understand that you are actually falling. You will not physically feel that. But sometimes there is this recurrent feeling that when you are sleeping and you're just feeling that, oh, I'm just going to fall, I'm just going to fall. That is not a dream. So that, why that happens, let me explain that first, and then we'll move to the dream section. So when you're sleeping, and it is only in the initial phases of sleep that you feel like you're about to fall. Physically you feel you're about to fall. That happens because when when the body, or when your brain relaxes for to an extent that all your muscles, your heartbeat, your pulse rate, it slows down to the extent that your brain thinks you're about to die. So that is the time that brain starts sending electromagnetic waves or electric shocks, which makes you feel like come with a jerk, and you feel like you're about to fall. That's the reason you have that kind of a feeling when you're about to sleep, or when you have just fallen asleep and you feel you're about to fall. It is because of the electric shocks. It is not a dream. Dreams about falling means you're actually dreaming, and then at that time you see that you are falling from somewhere. Now where, what, everything we are going to explore today. All right. Another thing is, before even we start explaining the dreams about falling or anything, it is very important to tell you guys that dreams only, there are 2 kind of sleeps that we have. One is called NREM, that is non rapid eye movement. The second one is REM, or rapid eye movement. Now the non-rapid, the only difference is in non-rapid eye movement, you will have just sleep like this, your eyeballs won't be moving. But in rapid eye movement, you will, even if your eyes are closed, your eyeballs are continuously moving. you only dream in the rapid eye movement. So if you just look at a person who is sleeping, if you see that their eyeballs are continuously moving, that's the time the person is dreaming. So whatever kind of dream it is, whether it's a good dream or a nightmare or anything, that actually happens in the REM sleep. All right. So with those aspects in mind, why I'm saying all these things, because there are certain things we need to know before even we move to the dealing with the interpretation of various dreams. So today we are going to deal with dreams about falling. And of course, I have done a huge research on each of the topic that I'm going to talk about. So I will be referring to my notes as well, because I don't want to miss out on any of the pointers that I found. All right. আমার ছোটবেলায় এরকম হতো, এখন আর হয় না। গুড, না হওয়াটাই ভালো। আমার এখনো হয়। I still have this kind of feeling. Suddenly I feel that I'm about to fall. All right. So why do we dream about falling? What does it signify? Now there are many interpretation of it. Now you cannot by sure shot you cannot say that you are dreaming about falling because of this. It is, I am giving you general interpretation of dreaming about falling. But what will suit you depends on what is going on in your life at that point of time. So for example, there are 3 people, all 3 of them are dreaming about falling, but their interpretation will be little different based on the circumstances and the events that are happening in their life. Okay, so I'll just talk about all the interpretation that can happen about that can refer to dreaming about falling. And now, depending upon the situation that you are in, probably you will be able to understand that which one matches with yours. Okay, so according to many popular beliefs, dream or I should say dream interpretation, and when I say dream interpretation, one of the pioneer is Sigmund Freud. So apart from Sigmund Freud and other psychologists and psychiatrists or psychoanalysts, because psychoanalysts are the one who works with your dreams. So one major reason that you dream about falling is because something in your life is not going well. Okay, it might suggest that you need to rethink about a choice that you have made, or consider a new direction in some area of your life. This is one aspect. Second is, you can also dream about falling because it's a symbol of a fear in a real life, perhaps of failing at work or in your love life. Falling dream is analogous to a situation in your waking life where you are lacking or losing control. That's why you feel you're falling. You are feeling overwhelmed, perhaps in school, in your work environment, in your home life, or maybe in your personal relationship. Falling is also an indication of insecurities, instability, or anxieties. Falling dreams also often reflect a sense of inferiority or failure in some circumstances or situations. Okay, so these are 4 major interpretations, but now we will go to each of them specifically, because each one of them actually has a lot more in it. We'll start with the first one, which is losing control. You often dream about falling when you are in real life, you feel you're losing control over certain things. So if you dream about falling, then this is what it means: fear of losing control, or a feeling that recently things have been out of your control is likely an explanation. Evaluate your life and finish the sentence: I wish I could do more about dash. The situation that you name is likely the reason that you're feeling a little out of control lately, and that's why you have this dream. So if you can fill up this sentence that I wish I could do more about dash, if you have something, if you can put in something concrete in that blank space, that is perhaps the reason why you are dreaming of falling. That is one of the reasons. Once the situation, then once whatever you are writing, once that situation is resolved, you will actually not dream about falling anymore. So again, dreams are our way, or our mind's way of telling things are not going, or what things are working, what things are not working. These are all the beliefs and the expectations, or the desires, or the anxieties, or whatever you want to call, that is present in our subconscious mind. Okay, so another reason why you can dream of falling is when you are in a depressed mood. It's a hole that you're falling after all. You just feel that you're falling into an abyss. There is nothing. So sometimes people say, I'm falling into water, I'm falling into something or the other. But if you see you're just falling and there is nothing at the bottom, That is, it's like a abyss, it's like a pit hole, and there is no end of that. That means it's a depression. You're actually passing into the depression. It means that your mood is lower than it was before when you dream about falling. Allowing yourself to drop into a lower emotional state is not going to make these dreams go away. So, of course, suddenly if you feel elated, these dreams won't go away. You are depressed because of a reason. So, it is important that if you see this kind of dreams, recurrent dreams, then you have to find out what exactly is actually the reason behind your depression. And that is when you solve that then only the falling dreams would stop. Okay. Researchers, there are a lot of researchers who have worked on the field of falling dreams, and they have found in a group therapy session that it was helpful for the self-esteem of the people who participated. The subjects of the study were all going through a difficult divorce and found that the counseling was helpful to resolve their changing self-image at a transitional point. So there was actually a study that was done with a group of people, and this group of people were all going through divorce, and incidentally all of them were going through that dream of falling, and all of them were found to be going through a divorce where they did not want to be a part of. They really didn't want to part away. So then it was found that depression is one of the major cause for falling dreams. Not necessarily that always when you go through divorce you will see this dream, but this is also one aspect of it. Okay. Another aspect of falling dreams: you need the support of another person. No one wants to fall, but with things being out of your control, you need to ask for help to keep from falling down into the hole that is in front of you. Ask someone you love for their assistance and you will stop having these dreams of falling. That means you are looking for assistance in your real life from someone. Okay, so we are all very suggestible when it comes to dream interpretation and our memories. Researchers studying this aspect of falling dreams found that when subjects were given a highly personalized suggestion about what probably happened in their childhood before the age of 3, that they were more likely to increase their belief that they had the critical experience, and approximately half of these also produce concrete memory reports. Now, some dreams about falling, or any dreams for that matter, is not about your current event. It can also be from some trauma that you are surviving since your childhood. So that's why psychoanalysts, when they work with dreams, the sessions go on for 2 years. It's the maximum timeline I'm saying. A minimum is about 6 months. They make you go, talk about the dream. Sometimes they help you to go to sleep in the couch, and they record the entire session. And that's when they keep on asking you, in a state of hypnosis, in a state of trance, that's when they start asking you all these questions. So dream interpretation is actually very, very interesting, and it tells a lot about what is going in your life and of course in your past. What else can the falling dream means? So if you see that you're falling into an abyss, it actually indicates that you're worried about a current situation and not feel very confident about it. Sometimes some young people who have had the improper sex also dream of this, which shows that the inner crisis caused by the conflicts between sex and morality. So sometimes when people just impulsively behave on certain things, they just have taken impulsive decisions in their life, often we have found in the researches that they do see that they are dreaming of falling, because somewhere there is now the conflict between that action of them and morality or moral values. Okay. Next is falling from sky. This is actually one very common dream that I have come across with people who have experienced about falling dreams. Falling from sky suddenly. So dreaming about falling from the sky or the clouds may suggest that you are tired recently, and you should be on the alert and prudent to guard against accidents in real life. Most of the time, this kind of dream is formed in the brain under the mental and physical exhaustion when the body falls asleep and gradually relaxes. This kind of dream reminds you that you should relax properly, have enough sleep, adjust your diet, and supplement nutrition, adequate vitamin and inorganic salt. So basically when you dream of falling from the sky, basically your body is telling you need more rest, you need proper diet, you need relaxation. So it is nothing to do with you will actually fall from the sky. And it also tells you that you have to take care of yourself in the waking life. Next is dreaming about falling from the sky rapidly indicates that you will have significant changes in your life. So the intensity with which you are falling is also taken into account. So if sometimes you just fall very slowly, that means your body needs relaxation. Sometimes it's very rapid, it just means that there is going to be significant changes in your life. Yes, Shrestha, hands up for what? Which one? If the falling process is extremely slow, now if the falling process is extremely slow, so one is very rapid, one is normal, and one is extremely slow. If it's extremely slow, it indicates that you are thinking prudently and ready to make a decision to choose a new solution or new lifestyle. Okay, so there are three sections then. If you're falling from the sky very rapidly, it means that you are about to make certain changes in your life. If it is falling at a normal pace, it means that your body is telling you that you need a lot of relaxation now. And if it falls very slowly, it means that you're ready to take a decision towards a new course in your life. Okay, dreaming about falling heavily, that is making a sound basically to the ground, but immediately waking up indicates that you're full of alert and do not trust people around you. This is very, very important. So you see you're falling, but you fall with a heavy sound and you immediately wake up. If you see this kind of a dream, that means that you do not trust people around you, and you're full of alerts. You're always on your guard. Okay. What else does it mean? Any questions so far? I don't see people asking any question. Am I making sense? Last, the rapid one. Okay. All right. Okay. Rapid one. That means you will have significant changes in your life, Shrestha. Okay. I hope it is for the good. Any questions, anyone so far? Or can we move on to the next set of interpretation for the same dream? I just hope I'm making sense. No questions? Shall I move on? Okay, I think I can move on, and people can ask question if they have. So sometimes you also see that you are not the one who is falling. You see somebody else falling. So what does that mean? So most often other people in a dream represent the dreamer. So dreaming about someone else falling might simply indicate that the dreamer wishes to emulate the other person in some aspect and fears unable to do so. Yeah, very much making sense. Okay, thank you, Devuditi. So if you see somebody else is falling, that basically means you want to get rid of that person in some way or the other. You are trying to get rid of any traits the person has. So that's why you see that person falling, right? So basically they are falling short. According to O'Connor, a very famous psychologist, by thinking about your current life situations and the people involved, the correct interpretation can be found. This is very important. I can talk about 10,000 interpretation of falling, but what exactly is the situation that you're going through? Who are the people around you? Who are the people that are involved with you? That needs to be considered before you find out which one matches your interpretation. And not sometimes if you are dreaming about falling now, and if you dream about falling after 6 months, of course the context has changed, so the interpretation would also change. That's why I'm talking about all the interpretation that dreaming about falling could mean. Okay, now there are some people who also dream about falling from stairs. Anybody who has dreamt like this, falling from stairs? Because in that dream it's actually a very unfavorable symbol. If you are seeing yourself falling from stairs, you will have to face disappointments, financial loss, and problems in working sphere. Falling down from the stairs can also mean that you will lose your head because of love, and this will put you in danger. Some people actually feel that when I'm falling from stairs, so next time when I walk down through the stairs, I should be very careful. But actually, these are not symbolic meanings. These dreams have a completely different set of meanings. That's why I chose those 8 topics, right? Any questions so far, anyone? No? Okay, then I'll move to the next section, which is yes ma'am, I do. Yes, Shruti. What is your question, Shruti? You can write your question. I can start, and then whenever your question is displayed, I will answer. Falling into water, another common dream. I think this was one of the dreams that somebody in the group also asked. Falling from stairs in real life, yeah, that's a different thing. But if you're dreaming of falling from stairs, then that is an unfavorable symbol. Okay, that means you will actually face loss and disappointments. All right. Now, falling into water, cause of, I did not understand your question, Shruti. Cause idea of fallen as in? I did not understand. Could you please elaborate? So I'll just continue with the next section. Once your question comes, I'll answer that. So falling into water. Some people also dream that they are falling and then they land up, in the water body. Falling into water in a dream is a symbol that very sudden changes in your life is about to come. The exact dream interpretation, of course, depends on your reaction to this fall and on the condition of water. Now, reaction to this fall and condition of water, why? Because reaction to this fall, like when you fall into the water, are you relaxed or you are afraid? And what kind of water? Was it crystal clear water? Was it muddy water? So all these things are taken into account when you are doing dream interpretation. So falling into water in a dream and feeling panic, you fell and you felt there is a panic. It's a sign that you will successfully overcome on the hardships that you appear on your way and achieve all the goals that you have set. If you were traumatized after the fall, this plot predicts sorrows because you will get parted with your friends or have misunderstandings and quarrels. Your feelings and emotions will actually help us to better understand the dreams. If you were afraid, it will mean that you will be able to overcome your own barriers. Because I had fallen down from the stairs. Yes. You have fallen down from the stairs literally, or you have actually seen yourself falling down from the stairs in your dream, Shruti. So, if you were laughing and having fun while you are falling into the water, then you would better listen to the advice of more experienced people in your life. If you did not feel anything during the fall, you just fell and you just wake up, nothing, you didn't feel anything. Life will bring you the joy of peace and stability. If you have a mixed feeling of amazement and fear, you will have number of bright impressions. All types of water had fallen down actually. Okay, all right. So that actually shows the different kind of implications or different contexts in which you were or you mentally were at that point of time. So people who had a dream about falling into the water from a cliff, from a mountain or from a cliff, literally, yeah. As long as it's literal, it's still okay rather than dreaming about it. People who had a dream about falling into the water from a cliff and doing it deliberately should remember how clear the water was. So some people see that, I have seen myself jumping from the cliff and falling into the water, like a suicide kind of a video, a dream. So then you have to ask the person that how clear was the water. Clear water in a dream is actually a symbol of success. So whenever you see crystal clear water, that's a symbol of success. You are tired of acting as someone tells you and you will decide to start an individual project and you will succeed. Falling into crystal clear water in a dream is a symbol of great health and positive mood. Falling into dirty, muddy water is a warning of troubles that you will make yourself. If you fall from the bridge by mistake, you leaned over the railing too much is a sign that life will bring you a number of tests. So sometimes people also dream that they are leaning onto the onto the bridge edge and suddenly they fall. It means that life is actually going to test you on certain occasions, and after you pass them, you can count on good profit and luck. If you fall from the rock and were falling right into the waterfall, the plot is not quite negative. The interpretation depends on how the fall ended. If you manage to land into the river in the place where the waterfall joins it, this dream means that you will be able to make the right decision, although it will be not very easy. But if the waterfall has taken you down to the river bottom, you should not make any decision in haste. If you had a dream about falling into water together with the airplane during the crash, now this is another very common dream. So you see there is an airplane crash and then you fall into water. This actually means that you should be communicating with people, carefully controlling your words and actions. Falling into water together with your car during the accident means that you are losing authority in your team. You should not let people treat you familiarly. A fall into water with an unopened parachute, just a fall, is a sign that you are being too proud and self-confident. Okay? That is pretty much about falling. I think I have covered all of them, all aspects of it, and especially falling into water. There are two major sections of falling dream. One is when you fall into nothing, it's an abyss. And the second one is when you're falling into water. These are the two most common dreams when it comes to water. That's why I have explored the water section thoroughly, because the kind of water, the intensity with which you fall, all these things are taken into consideration when you are seeing this dream. So next time when you see this falling dream, you can actually refer to this interpretation, but along with that also think about the situation or the circumstances in which you are currently. That will actually help you to do the 2 + 2 4 and boil down to a correct interpretation. And of course, if you need more assistance, you know whom to contact. So don't worry about that. So this is about the first episode of I Dream about falling. The next one will be next Monday, because this Saturday we have a completely different session. The I Dream episodes will be happening only on Mondays and Wednesdays. The next one is actually was requested. It is one of the most popular dream, and it has been requested by two of my very close friends, and that's why I have put up this in episode 2. That is when you dream about death. So not dead people, dream about death in general. So we will talk about that in episode 2 on Monday, and this Saturday I believe we have an episode on addiction. So December, last month of the year, we have a plethora of things to finish this year, so that by the end we at least know how to interpret or how to project our dreams and how to interpret ourselves. Okay, any questions, anyone? We'll just wait for 1 more minute, because we have 1 more minute. Do you have any questions, anyone? Or do you think you could understand what we discussed today? Anybody? I think that's Orko. Anybody, any questions? Nope. I think there is a lag in which the message comes. Alright, so I think we are good to go, and I hope you find I Dream episodes very helpful. Somesh, you are very late. We are done with the episode, and you can go through the recording. You can just go through the recording. This is the first episode on falling. The next episode is dreaming about death, and that will be on Monday. Okay, and this Saturday we have the next episode on addiction, and this again requested topic. So throughout this December, I'm actually hosting live sessions on the topics that were requested by different people. So this is a request month, and of course dreamy December. So till Saturday, take care of yourself, and whatever you dream, before you interpret and before you Google, just remember the situation in which you are and the people you're involved with. Okay, have a good night and take care.